We just completed the inaugural cruise on the Star Princess, and in this video we'll review our cruise experience. Stick around to the end of the video and we'll let you know our likes and dislikes about the cruise. Hi y'all, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Becky.
And together we're cruising good time.
In this review, we're going to talk about several categories, including the ship, cabin, entertainment, music, and more.
The Star Princess is Princess Cruise Line's newest ship. It is part of the Sphere-class ship where it joins the Sun Princess that's already been sailing for a couple of years. It's a very large ship. It has a capacity of 4,300 passengers, about 1,550 crew, and she comes in at about 178,000 tons.
And although she is a huge ship, Princess has done an amazing job of separating into spaces where you can do lots of fabulous things, which we'll be going into in more detail.
We really enjoyed the Star Princess. It's a beautiful ship. It's real easy to get around in, and it's modern. It's not as traditional as the older Princess ships, and we really enjoyed all the small touches about it, such as the artwork on the wall. There's a lot of sculptures throughout the ship, and just small things like the cut crystal is used in all the different bars throughout the ships, or nicer wine glasses than what you find on a lot of other cruise ships. So it's really a great ship in our opinion that way.
One of the most important things to me on a cruise ship is outdoor experiences. The layout of the outdoors is amazing. So although the doctors will not allow me to swim, I did make sure that I looked through where all the pools were and what they look like. And they're fabulous. So they have great pools on the Lido deck. They have a beautiful little aft pool that has plexiglass on both sides and a hot tub on both sides of it. They have hot tubs of small and larger sizes and are very good friends with us. They loved a hot tub, and even on sea days, there was plenty of room in the hot tubs. So that is a huge, huge plus of the ship for me, and a disappointment I didn't get to use them.
One big change from the previous Princess ships is in the piazza. It's a lot larger, but they're using it much more as a venue for entertainment than in previous times. A lot of times they'd have a band in there in previous ships and whatnot, and it's kind of hard to see, little chairs around the bottom level, and that's about it. Now they have seating around all three levels around the piazza. They've added a big background screen that can change lighting and colors and all sorts of stuff on the background, and it's a better sound quality, a lot better lights. It's much more like a theater in that respect. And really, they had some fantastic shows on there, whether it's just a band or they'd have acrobats in there, or if it's just the crew versus the passengers Jenga game. It's a lot easier to see all that inside this newly designed piazza compared to the old ships. And I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was really terrific. They also did a lot of music with DJs, etc. So they've always made this a happening place. It's even more so on the current ship. And I loved how at the piazza, like when you had a band performing, they would switch out the backlights and the lights at the ceiling, just even from song to song.
Yep. One thing right off the piazza that we enjoyed was Crooners had a great layout in it. It's ample size. It's always easy to get a seat in there. And the service is fantastic. It was just a really functional design compared to some of the other crooners we've seen on some of the other ships.
And I thought the decor at Crooners was just right on point for me. So on the Star Princess, instead of having the traditional theater, they call it the arena. And it's a little bit of a theater in the round. It's smaller than a lot of the other theaters that they have for Princess ships. We saw a few shows in there. They were very, very good. The venue seems to work pretty well.
A new place that they have entertainment on board the Sphere-class ships is the Dome, which is the big sphere on top of the ship that you see it from the profile view. And it's a big glass dome. They use it during the day for some sunbathing and all that. It's enclosed so you can sit out in the sun and enjoy that. But then in the evening, they'll use it for a lot of entertainment. They may have a comedian in there, disc jockeys, bands. They did the Captain Circle reception in there. And it was fun to do it. It's being a sphere and glass. The acoustics in there weren't always as good as in a regular theater, but it was still a fun place to go visit and check it out anyway. Another big add-on for the Sphere-class ships, in my opinion, is the landing. Down on deck 4, where you get on and off the ship, no longer you're just weaving through some stairwells and going through a little door to get off on the gangway. They have a much bigger gangway. It can take 3 lines up and down. It folds down. It's a real easy walk. It's not real steep or anything like that. They have some glass doors there so you don't let the cold air or the hot air back into the ship, depending on where you're docked at that time. So it's really a much more efficient way to get people on and off the ship. I think that's a huge improvement for these Sphere class ships.
So as all cruise ships, this one has some shops. These seem to just a little different from
Yeah.
some of the other shops we've seen aboard cruise ships. I thought they were a little artsier. They had like really fun purses that you could purchase, etc. I did love they had an actual artist who was painting silk scarves.
Yeah.
She was very talented. I thought they were very, very beautiful. It was very hard for me to resist buying one. They were gorgeous.
Yeah, all the shops are a little bit more upscale, I would say, than what the other cruise ships seem to have, and a lot larger. There's more shopping area, it seems like, as well.
Believe it or not, on a few of the past cruises, I had packed a little bit light and I needed to pick up a couple articles of clothing at the Princess shop. And I'd found some good deals. I don't know if I saw any great clothing deals in these shops.
All in all, the Star Princess is just a really fun ship to explore. I had a lot of fun just kind of wandering around and checking it out and finding all the new venues and everything like that. It's just a lot of fun.
Oh, I loved it. Let's touch base on the cabin. So we had a deluxe balcony cabin, and I just love the decor. I found it relaxing, a little bit uplifting. It made me feel happy, and it was efficient and functional. I loved that we had a sofa, like the whole 3 cushion sofa. I
Yep.
really liked that. And of course, the bathroom. I liked that the shower was bigger, it has a glass door, and it had shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. Big deal for me.
I liked the comfortable beds. Those Princess beds are so comfortable, and these are great. I mean, I slept like a baby every night in there. It was just wonderful. So, really comfortable beds as well.
The bed was comfortable, but due to my injuries, I can't say that I slept that well.
We've already released a video talking about the deluxe balcony on board the Star Princess, so check that video out. We'll also be making a video on the Cove balcony, which is unique to the Sphere class. That video will be dropping here in the next few weeks.
No discussion on a cruise ship is complete without talking about dining. So on our cruise, we tried every specialty dining, casual dining, and free restaurant aboard the Star Princess. And we'll be releasing just different videos talking about these different venues.
The main dining room, the food was great. It's probably the best of any Princess ship I've had, and probably the best among the best of any cruise ship I've ever had. The food was outstanding. Everything was cooked very well and very, very tasty. I also thought the main dining rooms were decorated very well, and the way they kind of partitioned it off, you didn't feel like you're in a big room. You felt like you were kind of in a smaller dining room, and I kind of like that as well.
I thought they did feel a little bit more casual than on some of the ships.
Yep.
And some of the service in the main dining room was a little bit on the slow
Yeah.
side, but I did enjoy the food. There are so many places to eat aboard this ship that you can avoid the crowds.
And of course, one place you'll find crowds is in the buffet. So this buffet was laid out pretty typical to most of them. It's kind of a U-shaped buffet with pretty much the same food on the port and starboard side and some desserts on the area that crosses in between there. The food was good for buffet food. Truthfully, we only had about one meal in there, and I just kind of go in there and try it. They have what I'd call a second buffet after that. It's called the American Diner. It's kind of fun. It's still a buffet in the sense that you go around and you kind of serve yourself. They have a carving station. Some of the food's the same as what you get in the main buffet. It's a smaller area. It is more limited selection, but it's a little funner. It's kind of nostalgic with the decor and all that. And I found that to be better than the eatery buffet just because it's less crowded than dealing with all the people in the regular buffet.
The buffet is located on the aft of Deck 9. And the first time I went into it, I pretty much decided it would be the last. Due to my injuries, I'm very frightened of people bumping into me. Luckily, Princess has designed it so on both sides of the buffet on floor 9, they have outdoor spaces and outdoor places to eat. They have a grill, so you can also get hamburgers and hot dogs on deck 9 as well as the Lido deck. And they have yet another pizza place. This one has Detroit style pizza, and I just can't believe that Princess has it where that you can get pizza at 3 different venues aboard the ship. And they are all incredible.
I gotta agree that, and I've always said it, and I'll stand by it now. Princess has the best pizza at sea, and whether it's up in Alfredo's, up on the Lido deck, or at the new place on the side of Deck 9 right there at the Detroit, they're all great pizzas. And they've really stepped up their game with the burger. Their signature burger is now just fantastic. It's the best burger I've had on a cruise ship. Very tasty, a lot of good sauces and cheese and bacon and stuff. Great burger as well.
So another great addition on the Sphere class is on the Lido deck. They are offering both a taco place and a place where you can get salads. We're thinking about doing another video just on the taco place since this is kind of new and innovative for Princess.
So now up on the Lido deck, you have the salad stand, you got the burger and hot dog stand, you got the taco stand, and the pizza stand. You're not going to go hungry up on the Lido deck.
I would like to talk about room service. So Princess is still one of the cruise ships that will serve room service for free. I love that.
Yep.
You can get it 24 hours a day. So now you can get the room service for free for breakfast. You can fill out the paper sheet, order anything you want. We absolutely love getting a pot of coffee in the morning. Find that super terrific. Have to warn you though, you're going to put down the hours they're going to arrive, and they tend to come early, like 10 or 15 minutes early. So
Right.
I guess better early than late.
Yep.
But
If you say you want it between 7 and 7:30, expect it at about 6:45, 6:50, which is better than being late, I guess. But it will get there early. And I like the free delivery. We're on a different cruise line right now, and it is not free delivery for the room service. So that's one thing I like about Princess. You get the free food for room service.
And while we were aboard, we also tried a club sandwich with room service. Now, the club sandwich, it was very, very
Oh,
good.
it was great. One thing I really enjoyed about the Spear class ship and the Star Princess in particular is Spellbound. We've already released a video talking about Spellbound, so be sure to check that out. Got the link above, and we'll put one in the description below. Spellbound is a lot of fun. It's a little bit of upcharge with it, but in my opinion, and I also like sleight of hand magic a lot, it was really worth the extra money to do that.
It's also great if you're into speakeasy and deluxe cocktails.
No discussion is going to be complete without entertainment, and the entertainment on board the Star Princess is great. So one of the things I liked about this particular cruise was that they would have a comedian just about every single night, and they'd either be in the Princess Live for a couple shows one night, and then the next night they may do a late night show in the Dome, so you can go check them out a couple nights in a row. All the comedians were great. In fact, all the talent of all the entertainment was great on this ship. There's no duds at all in there. They're very good.
I love Princess game shows. Those typically are held in Princess Live. The Princess Live on this ship, I think it was a little too small for the entertainment they had there. By the time
Yep.
we arrived there before showtime, all the seats were taken. We only saw one game show.
Yeah, it was hard to get seats in there sometimes for those game shows. That's for sure.
The cruise director staff, though, they were young, they were fun, they seemed to be
Yeah,
exciting
they had a
people.
good time with it. So in the Arena Theater, they had some big production numbers in there, but they also had some of these acrobats that would do the balancing stuff or even suspend from the cables. Really very breathtaking stuff some of these people would do. And you'd also see them in the piazza sometimes doing that. One thing I liked about the Arena Theater is the cruise director we had on board was very talented. He was a producer and an award-winning West End performer. He did a one-man show in Arena that I found to be very good, very entertaining.
The cruise director, he was so talented, he put together such a fabulous show. And his story was so moving, it really touched my heart. So the Star Princess had a beautiful spa. So this was everything you would expect on a world-class ship.
Hmm.
They had it broken down into 2 areas. Just truly, truly beautiful. I wish I was allowed to get in steam rooms and in the water because I really wanted to do it. It looked amazing.
So they had some good specials that Becky took advantage of there as well.
Yeah, I had some massages, which really helped out. And I tell you, the staff there was amazing, and I so appreciated them.
Yeah,
The ship had a big, beautiful casino. It looked very, very modern,
yeah,
and it always had a very hip vibe to it.
yeah. It was very busy. It was packed all the time. All the craps table had 12 people around it playing most nights, and they would play late into the night. All the tables were full, and all the slots were pretty full. It was hard to find a slot to play in there. So they had really had two casinos on board. They had the main one, or they did have some smoking in it, unfortunately, and it had a little bit of smoke smell. They had a second casino that was a little smaller. It was unfortunately only slots. Didn't have any table games over there, but it was non-smoking, and that was a good thing. So the vibe of the whole casino is busy, packed, is a lot like a Las Vegas Strip casino. It had that kind of same feel and vibe to the whole thing. A really great thing about the Star Princess was the staff. They were so friendly, so kind, and so willing to help. They were always smiling. They're asking if you need anything. They were really top notch on this. Better than any Princess cruise ship I've ever been on. Better than just about any cruise line I've ever been on, I think. Top notch staff, in my opinion.
They were, and I was on this cruise, and my arm is in a sling, and I'm obviously in pain, and I just can't believe how many staff people would ask if they could do anything for me, and sometimes, it was just little things they did. We were on deck, and it was Jeff and I were like the only people on deck, and he was helping with some PT exercises. And I'll be honest, my eyes started watering. And a waiter came by. He didn't say anything. He just slid over a glass of ice water to me. And I just thought that was just the sweetest, nicest thing. And our room steward, right? We had mentioned that, I need extra night ice at night because we use ice packs on my arm. And boy, she kept them full all the time. She did everything she could. She would ask about me every day. And I don't know, so much consideration. There are so many things I can't do right now, and I depend on Jeff for, that it just makes me more appreciative. Like in the dining room, the head waiter would come over and like cut up my steak for me. It Anyway, I really, really appreciated it. As promised, now we're going to talk about our favorite and least favorite things.
And at the top of the list is the medallion. The medallion is just such a game changer. It unlocks your door. People know you all over the ship. It's easy to find your traveling companions with it. I just really think a medallion's a big game changer in the whole cruise experience.
Oh, I do too. I'm going to have to say I absolutely loved the new eating venues. I loved that there are four new places that you can eat outside. Another pizza place, another grill, a place for salads, and a taco bar.
I enjoyed the new Piazza. I think the rebuilt Piazza and redesigned Piazza, if you will, was great. It's easy to get a view of whatever was happening in there. The sound and the lighting was just exceptional, just like a theater. I really enjoyed that new Piazza.
I absolutely loved the staff and crew. From top to bottom, they were so very,
Yeah.
very friendly. We had waiters and waitresses who took amazing care of us. We had officers who knew us by
Yeah.
name and would ask about my health. And Jeff even got to meet the captain, and he was a super nice guy.
He was a nice guy. Ran into him in the stairwell, one of the stairwells. So I stopped and talked to him, asked him for a selfie.
So much of the food was really, really good, but I have to say, the desserts at Rudy's were out of this world. You've got to go try them.
Rudy's in general is probably our favorite of the specialty dining restaurants we had on board that ship. It was absolutely outstanding.
And it was great. We actually had the opportunity to meet Rudy, and he's an awesome person.
He is an awesome person. You talk about a ball of energy. He's going 100 miles an hour all the time.
And now it's time for those dislikes. So for me, the number one is I think Princess Live is too small.
I was disappointed in the upload speed on the internet. We had the Medallion Max. The download speed was great. You could stream YouTube videos just fine on it, worked fine. The upload speed was absolutely terrible. It was so bad that I actually had to upload our cabin video on using cellular signal in Naples to get it out because the ship's Wi-Fi was so bad on upload.
In fact, he missed a shore excursion so he could upload a
Yeah,
video.
it's true, I did.
On the first night of the cruise, the lines to get into traditional dining were insane. I wouldn't really call it a line. It was a giant cluster of people that was disorganized and truthfully a little frightening for me.
And it could have been solved so easily if they just gave you the table assignments on a piece of paper in your cabin when we got on board, like they've always done in the other Princess ships. I don't know why they didn't do it on this one, but it just led to chaos getting in to the first seating. When we came out of the first seating, they had the line getting into the second seating. That was making it hard to get out of the dining room.
That's true. It was just as scary to leave the dining room as it was to get into it.
Another disappointment is the afternoon tea. On every other Princess ships we've been on, it's complimentary. It's in the main dining room. You show up, you have a good time, and enjoy the tea. On this ship, they call it the royal tea now, and because it's royal, they charge you for it, I guess, and they have it in a smaller venue. They don't have it in the main dining room. They have it in Good Spirits, so there's only maybe 25, 30 people that venue holds anyway, so it's much more exclusive, and then they charge you money for the tea instead of having it complimentary.
Another thing we were disappointed in is typically when we ordered a steak, Princess was not asking us to cut into the steak and make sure that
Yeah,
it was cooked correctly. And several times the cooking was a little off.
yeah,
I will have to say, though, when we ate at Rudy's, they did ask us to cut in, and the cooking was perfect.
yeah.
Fabulous steak.
They cook those steaks perfect right there in the seafood restaurant, but it was really good steaks.
And another item I was disappointed on was that they did not offer lobster for free. There was no lobster for free in the main dining room.
And that was really disappointing. Check out our YouTube channel. We have a lot of videos out there. We have a whole playlist devoted to ships tours and cabin tours, and we'll be uploading a ship's tour of the Star Princess here in the next couple weeks as soon as we get it out of production. So look for that to show up out there on the playlist.
We hope you've enjoyed this video.
If you like the video, please give us a like and subscribe and turn on those notifications. It really helps us out.
Until next time, have a cruising good time.